after you. He wants to get you, and that's it. There's nothing else. You can't reason with him. You can't bargain with him. You can't seduce him. You can't do anything. It was exactly like that.
Fucking shit.
What are you talking about? Mm, yep. Well, I know that type, so my only advice is you're going to have to figure out a way to sort of do some stuff on your own without having a. So you can't interfere. Basically, that's what it boils down to, and that's why I have to move out, work in the accounting and all that, even though he wanted me to do something else. And well, it got to the point where I was so sour about it that when they started pressuring me to get married, that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't. I just got sick of it. You know, like they just want to control everything.
Well, at least you weren't bloody born in a household of druggers who
Sorry,
seduce
you don't
women
mind me
on a
asking a personal question, but how old are you?
Our forces won't stand a chance with those cruisers in place. Commence attack run.
Yeah, look, even in my late 30s, when occasionally when I used to go around and visit my parents, they would still try that shit on me. They still try it on, right, even after I'd moved out and all the rest of it and all that. So it's some sort of mental thing where they're from that generation where it's basically do as you're told, or it's punishment time, and we're not interested in any of your logical explanations or whatever. Yeah,
Good work. Our Y-Wings finished their bonding run.
you know. And then if you lose your temper, then you make it worse for yourself because then they start picking on that as well.
We'll never
What's
get
the
through
anger
while those
problem?
Imperial
Really?
cruisers are still there.
Well, I can tell you one thing, right?
Imperials off the limit
Um,
deal out serious damage.
I've probably only like my old man was pretty quick with the belt and the hands or whatever.
Finish them off.
Um, now usually when you have someone like that as an influence when you're younger, you have two choices. You either reject that lifestyle and you do something better, or you let it embitter you, and then slowly you actually turn to that person. Do you know what I mean?
fucking god.
So,
Serious?
and you don't want to do that. So if I were you, I'd be trying to bloody arrange my affairs so I've got control over what I'm doing. I mean, look, I'll tell you what, my parents were so strict that when I was 20 and I went to open a bank account, right, with one of the four big banks in Australia, right? When I went to go, now I was at the teller filling in the paperwork, and my mother tried to pressure me in front of them to make her a co-signatory on my savings account, and it got to the point where I actually had her pinned against the wall, and I said, it's either my name on the account, or I will not be saving any money at all, and you could support me for the rest of your life, so what's it going to be? Okay? Now, now, I got my way on that, but can you see what I'm saying though? Can you see the situation, every little thing that I'm trying to do, they interfere and bust my balls and try to control everything. Now that, right? Now that's my bank account, right? I'm earning money fair and square at work. I'm not bloody getting an allowance from them and pocketing it or whatever. And they've got no right to do that, to try and fucking do that. And my old lady went ballistic in the back and says, no, I'm going to put my name in the account, blah, blah, blah. I said, fuck off. Now, could you imagine if I'd done that and then years later when I moved out, because she didn't want me to move out, right? I would have had, at that time, about 150 grand in that account. I would not have been able to touch it. Because every time I would have gone to make a withdrawal, they would have said, you need a co-signatory. See what I mean? Now that
Yeah,
now
I
that's a
can see
bitch of
what
a
you're
thing to
doing
try
there.
to do to your kid to control your
Take
child
down
like
those
that.
shield
It's not
generators.
like I was going.
Enemies
I
will have
wasn't
this far
gambling.
destroyed.
I wasn't. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't gambling. I wasn't whoring. I did have a few women around, but I was pretty careful how much I was spending with. I wasn't blowing money in restaurants or whatever. I was even investing in the stock market responsibly in blue chip companies and that. I've still got those stocks today. They're double what they were worth before the GFC. I did all of that,
Roadblock
and they still
inverters
don't
down.
trust me. So I think to myself, if you don't trust me, then fuck off. Hmm. What from Fighter Squadron? Were you in my game? Oh, hang on a sec. It's probably might have gone up to me too. Hang on. Sorry, I'm in the bathroom because I'm trying to bloody.
Shields around the dock are still in
What?
place. Destroy those generators. Generator down. Continue.
Yeah. That's the only advice I can give you, man. You have to arrange your affairs in such a way, even if it means moving out or moving to another state or whatever, then so be it. Because if you get to your, well, no, because if you don't, and you keep going like this, see, because my old man one night
Another down.
fucking hit me once too often, right, and I cracked him one, because it was just a reflex action, and I remember that I spent the next 3 days in bed recovering from the reaction that he had when I struck him that one time, which was self-defense. And that's what I'm saying. You don't want to get to that point. Sometimes you got if a person is that much of a negative influence. I mean, look, I don't know your personal situation thoroughly, and my advice might be wrong, but I just felt the heart over to my parents that they were so controlling when you in, and had to arrange my affairs in such a way that they.
All right, let's fly. Would you look at that?
Only one left.
And you still play video games?
Generators down. Stand by. Scanning for intel.
Wow.
Little help here, BB-8.
Star Destroyer shields remain operational. Disable those dock clamps and cut the power. Our battle cruisers arrived right on time. Take out those defenses and watch its cannons go to work.
Can I just ask while this was all going on, what was your mother doing?
Initiated their bombing run. We need you to run interference.
Eject!
Yeah, that's what he used to do to me too. And sometimes what I would do is I wouldn't eat it. I would starve. Yeah, son of a bitch.
Following the squadron successfully completed its bombing run.
No,
I
it
may
wasn't
be
the
young
issue.
as I
My
was
issue wasn't
kids. I
vegetables.
may
My
only
issue
just be
was that
18.
sometimes my
I'm
parents
in
would
the same
cook
situation.
certain
as my
Italian
daughter.
meals that I couldn't. I hated them, and I hated the smell of cooked
Shields
fish.
online. Now,
Right, I couldn't eat
assault
it.
fire on the
And
reactor.
also,
Don't
they
have
used
much
to
time.
cook these capsicums in oil and all that, and I couldn't stand those either. And it was like, there's only 2 or 3 foods that I don't like out of hundreds. Why do you have to insist on making me eat this one all the time? Why can't I eat a steak? Why can't I eat a bloody pasta? Why do I have to eat this shit, you know? And it was like it was designed to, sorry, but we're going to have to train you to get used to eating crap even if you don't like it. And it's like, why? But why? Where's the advantage in that? I can't see it. Hmm.
Nice one.
Oh shit, that's what I said to my father once and I got smashed for it too. Yeah, that's even my mother had to go at him about that. But the problem was is that a lot of the time when my father was going ballistic, as I pointed out to my mother years later, my mother would just watch. That's why I can't talk to her anymore, because she would just watch.
The shields are back online. We need to hit those clamps again.
That probably would have been good. In my case, that probably would have been a good thing in hindsight.
I'm basically in the same boat as you
That's
guys.
playing Mantis over there.
That's the back
DJ, Nerdman, I was in the same situation, but mine's a bit worse. I grew up in a drug house. My family completely used every drugs that you could ever imagine. They took it out on me and my sister, thinking that we would high.
That could have helped more, pal. You can do this.
It was just so unnecessary, because apparently my
mother
father had
was
the
one
shits
who
because
used to beat me.
he remembered when
Not
the
my father,
Germans,
I was father's favourite.
because he's that old that he remembered when the Germans were in Rome and all that, and he saw some people getting shot up against the wall and whatever. But that's the point that I made. I said, look, I'm sorry if you've gone through some of that, and if your father was a bit violent or whatever. I said, well, what's the point of doing it to me? And he would he would always have that glazed look on his face when he went into anger mode, and you just couldn't talk to him. It was like talking to a mannequin. It was like talking to the Terminator, you know? But you remember when that guy says to the girl, he goes, you got to understand, you know, he's out there. He's going to come after you. You know, he wants to get you, and that's it. There's nothing else. You can't reason with him. You can't bargain with him. You can't seduce him. You can't do anything. It was exactly like that with my old man. And then when he used to do it to other people, they used to tell him to get fucked. So it was like that with everybody.